Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and um, after I guess looking at the somewhat criticisms I received about my previous video, I think I'm better now. I guess I don't know. I still haven't recorded the video, so I don't know how this ends up. But I got my list of what I want, of the things I want to say, and so yeah. That was a yeah. Let's continue to what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk today. Okay, so today's video would mainly be focused towards new K-pop fans. I don't think the I think people who have gotten very deep into K-pop wouldn't exactly need this video because they might already understand the they might already understand what I'm going to talk about. So this is mainly for people who have just recently gotten into K-pop and might not know how it works completely. Even technically, I don't know, but I'm like, this is my best understanding of what it is. If you have any other ideas, you can comment them down below. But today's video is basically about, as the title says, line distribution. Now, line distribution basically is in a K-pop group, the lines sung by the artists have been split up accordingly. The rappers get the rap verses, and the vocal line gets the singing sections of the song. But sometimes it doesn't always go equally, and that's what I wanted to share my opinion on today. So before I even get into the examples of this topic, I'm gonna just try to give my opinion on. I would like to tell a story which I'm not exactly that too proud of because it doesn't exactly paint me in a good way. But I was new back then, and maybe some new K-pop watch listeners will also might also have feelings like this. But when I got into K-pop, I was a big fan. I was big fan of Blackpink and Twice because those were the two groups I was introduced to. More on Twice, but yeah. So Twice, my first bias was Momo because of a dance break in their debut song. But as I watched the other music videos, I noticed that Momo didn't get much lines as time went by, and I also noticed that Nayeon and Geo were the ones who got the most, like the huge chunk of lines in their title tracks of whatever title tracks they do have. And I would say I did not like Nayeon and Geo initially because of that, because I felt like they were taking lines from the members who needed it because they were not getting lines. But as I kept getting into watch different videos, I watched 16 and stuff like that, I realized that Momo doesn't exactly need lines. Not because she's a bad singer; she's a good singer. I mean, everyone is a good singer. Okay, they're a good singer. But Momo is the main dancer. Her role in the group is supposed to be dance, so it's not really that necessary for her to get lines in the first place. I mean, she does get lines. It's not like she doesn't sing at all, but she sings enough just to put herself out there. Like she's a part of the group, so she has to sing at least something. And then I also realized that Nayeon and Geo were the main vocalists of the group. Also Junghyun, but Junghyun also Junghyun initially also didn't get lines, but now she's getting more and more lines because she does have a powerful voice. So yeah, Nayeon, Geo, and Junghyun are the main vocalists of the group. So it makes sense for them to get most of the lines because they're main vocalists. I mean, the reason they're main vocalists is because their specialty is singing. So that's how I kind of got into this line distribution kind of topic, because I remember this story of this incident that happened a while back as I was rewatching all the Twice videos. So I decided to talk about it. Now, where was I? Yeah. this also comes into the K-pop group in the sense too, because the reason K-pop have groups is because they want to showcase everything, rap, singing, dancing, everything. So they have members specially dedicated to those areas of the song. Like, and also the type of song also influences the line distribution of how the members get distributed the lines. For example, Twice, like let's take the Twice releases this year. Twice, What Is Love had a huge rap break in the middle with Taeyeon and Chaeyoung, which honestly I think is one of the best rap breaks ever. Maybe Likey also is up there, but I still think What Is Love rap break is much better. Well, Likey is more iconic because of the and yeah, that's I think should I have done that? Yeah, I'll keep it in. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, the type of song also influences the line distribution of the members. As I mentioned, the rap break in What Is Love is amazing. But then the next title track, which was Summer Nights, not Summer Night, that's the album name, Dance the Night Away. Chaeyoung barely got any lines, didn't she? That's one of the reasons I'm not really a big fan of the song, even though the song is really good. Chaeyoung doesn't get any lines in that song. Like, the most she gets is she just sings the name of the song, Dance the Night Away, like in the chorus, and that's about it. Like, she doesn't really get much of anything. Taeyeon gets a rap break. I don't know whether you can call that a rap break in between, but yeah, she gets at least something. But unfortunately, the summer themed song isn't really what you would call a rap centric song. So yeah, even the type of song influences the line distribution. Now, other examples of people or artists who don't really manage their line distributions haven't managed their line distribution very well, I would say. And the first thing would be BTS's Jin. Now, Jin from BTS isn't really the main vocalist. I think the main vocalist would be, if I had to give it to someone, I would say it's Jimin. And Jin was the visual of the group when I first got introduced to K-pop. I kind of looked to what their roles were, and Jin was the visual. So he wasn't really good at singing, and he wasn't really good at dancing. So it made sense for him not to get many lines. But at least he got some lines in the previous in the older tracks and the new tracks also. But the one song which I like the song, but I can't get over the fact that Jin got only one verse in it, was Blood, Sweat and Tears. I wonder who was responsible for the line distribution to give him only one line in the whole song. I think he has 5 seconds or seconds of less than 10 seconds of lines, if I had to estimate how much he does. But Jin as a singer, he doesn't have the best voice, but he has a good voice. For example, if I had to give an example, I would say the solo releases of Jin are extremely good in the sense. Awake and Epiphany. Now, why I like those songs, even more than the main vocalist solo tracks, though Jimin's Lie is actually very good. I won't lie about that. That was a bad joke. Okay, where was I? Yeah, Jin's Awake and Epiphany. Did I say that right? I said that right. The reason I like those songs was because what he's singing about actually matches with the voice quality, if you could say. Because Awake was a song about how he will never be as good as the other members. So Jin singing that with this not up there, in terms of with comparison to other members, which it gets whole meta if you think about it. But yeah, Awake was a song in which he compares himself to the other members, and he's okay with not being the best vocalist. And Epiphany also is a song about him loving himself, even though he's imperfect, which also matches his voice. Epiphany and Awake wouldn't be the same if it was sung by a better singer, because that's the whole meaning of the song gets lost then. So Jin has I wouldn't say he's a good singer, but he has a good voice. He has a like it's like an imperfect diamond kind of voice. If I had to make a comparison, it's not really polished, and I don't think it will ever be at the level of the vocal line of his group. But his voice has a role. It has meaning, I would say. The other example I would like to throw out there, and if you notice, I'm only throwing out more famous examples because I haven't actually listened to a lot of K-pop, so this is just my surface level interpretation. This is just my surface level interpretation. Yeah, I said that right. Yeah. So of the whole line distribution thing. So the next group I wanted to mention was EXO, Sehun, and Chanyeol. Now, EXO as a group is more focused towards the vocal aspect. Like, if I had to compare BTS and EXO, and I really don't want to, but I'll just do a short, vague comparison. BTS's strong suit is definitely the rappers. Like, the rap line of BTS is at this point, currently, is unbeatable. Like, they're just amazing. But vocally, EXO is superior. Like no way. Like, the vocal line of BTS is good, but EXO's is much better. But with that being said, Chanyeol and Sehun, the rap line of EXO, there's only 2 members, but yeah, the rap line of EXO doesn't really get much lines too, because EXO's song doesn't really have much rap. Now this has changed with the recent release, but initially it wasn't really that prominent. Like, they get it bits and pieces in between the vocal line, in between the vocals of the song, so they never really get much lines again. Now, the other example I would mention is more newer, a debut group, Stray Kids, and that would be Felix. Now, Felix, I feel, is a very special case, because Felix also is similar to Jin in the sense his voice is not really good. He's not. I feel bad about saying this, but he's not really good at singing and rapping. He's okay at it, but he's not good, because his other members are way better than him respectively at singing and rapping. But Felix voice, like his vocal range, is out of this world. I haven't heard a guy whose voice gets so low, like very low and very high at the same time. And he's a good dancer too. He's similar to Momo. It's similar to Momo's case, where he's the dance line of the group, so it makes sense for him not to get many lines. But I would say whoever is responsible for distributing the lines in Stray Kids at least understand that he has a good voice, because they managed to sprinkle him at appropriate places. I would say the 2 best instances would be their most recent releases, My Pace and I Am You. Felix doesn't exactly get a huge chunk of lines, but he comes in between the vocals and the rappers, and the deepness of his voice really stands out there, because he just stands out from the members. So even if he doesn't get a huge chunk of lines, you will immediately know who is singing as soon as you hear him, because his voice is just that amazing. Like that's all I can say. His voice is amazing, and I can understand why JYP kind of eliminated him and then brought him back again. I don't think it was JYP who brought him back. I think he was eliminated. He was eliminated by JYP, but I don't know how. I didn't exactly watch this show, but so I can't exactly say anything about that. But yeah, his voice is it's a key part in. It plays a key role. Line distribution is also something I've noticed only exists mostly in groups which are very huge. as demonstrated by my by the example, the BTS, which has like 7 members, EXO, which has 8 and 9, depends. Like Lay isn't really doing much, I would say. I mean, he's still a part of the group, but he has his own stuff going on in China. Twice, which has 9 members, Stray Kids, which has 9 members. So line distribution only pops up like a sore thumb only in big groups. But I do occasionally find it popping up in small groups like Blackpink too, because for example, Blackpink's most recent comeback, which was now as I say this, it's 6 months ago. So yeah, Blackpink has a problem, or the people who are managing Blackpink has a problem, but that's a completely different video. Blackpink's recent comeback, Duru. I find it hard to talk about this song because the song is so weird. I'll just call it 4D for now. So that song, Lisa has only like one verse, and Jennie gets the most chunk. Like she sings the beginning vocal part and then gets the big chunk of the rap verse in the middle, and Lisa gets stuck with one verse after Jennie. So like it's not like it's not present in smaller groups, but it's more. But if it does happen, it's very noticeable, and it feels very unfair because there's like 4 members. Like you could have given it to other members. Like it's. But again, Lisa is the main dancer of Blackpink again. So I think that would be what my opinion on is on line distribution. If I had to conclude, I would like to say for a new K-pop fans, not to worry too much. Like if your favorite member of a group didn't get much lines, then it's not a permanent thing. It's definitely not a permanent thing. If as they improve, they will get more lines. But you also have to understand the role they play in that group and what type of song they have released. Like for example, Jin got a pretty good chunk of lines in Fake Love. Like they paired it up really well. So that's that for Jin stance, that's amazing. Also, as for EXO, their recent comeback, Tempo, was the most rap-centric EXO song I've ever seen, because Sehun and Chanyeol got good chunks of rap breaks in between, but they also managed to showcase the vocal line. In fact, if I had to describe this whole EXO's comeback in one line, it would be from their very own song, where Chanyeol's line of "Now you got me flexing." Because EXO were flexing hard in their Tempo with their rappers and vocals and their a cappella section, which I think would be an appropriate term to call when they were just like snapping and stuff like that. And the line distribution doesn't really hold that much significance as long as each member gets to shine in whatever they are given. So I would say that's it. This was a weird video because this is a weird topic. Like it's a very opinionated topic, so I don't know whether my opinions match well with the overall. I hope I didn't offend anyone. Like that's my main concern, because I think I insulted I insulted Jin Felix a lot in this. But they're good singers. Everybody is a good singer. Like if I would yeah, like okay, if good thing I don't have many subscribers, because the dislike button would be going off the charts if this actually didn't go viral. But anyway, that would be the end of this video. Since I still don't know how to say bye, I'll say bye.